The second I met with Warner Brothers, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe no one's made Wonder Woman. I want to make Wonder Woman one day. I would love to. Yeah, it's been being developed many times over the years, and I'm surprised that I did ultimately, because I'd been talking to them about it for 10 years, as I'm sure lots of people did. Because of my love for Superman, the second I had actually been making female superhero shorts at AFI, and then I made Monster and was thought of as this different kind of filmmaker, but the truth was I'd always wanted to make a film like this of a certain kind. So it was for 10 years, I guess it was maybe 7 or something. I met with them off and on periodically. I'd check in. Lots of other people did too. Lots of other people tried to make it in that same period of time. There were various reasons in my run of talking to them about it that it wasn't happening. But then the moment came, and when this incarnation first came, they were going to do it in a very different way than what I wanted to do. And so I met with them, and it was very serious, but then we realized on both sides, like, oh, this isn't the right match, And so they tried to ramp that other version up and hit, some of the roadblocks that I thought they might, and came back around to coincidentally realizing that they wanted to do very much what I had wanted to do. And so we matched back up again, and we were off to the races. I don't know how many other women are trying to do this, but holy, moly, when I got announced for getting the job, it was like a huge deal. Like, oh my God, first woman, oh my God. And I shot to the top of the news. And so I was definitely aware, wow, nobody has done, that's crazy. I wasn't even thinking about that. So I knew when I even was having conversations with Wonder Woman, I was like, I know what that is going to be, but I wasn't, I was so focused on Wonder Woman and making the right Wonder Woman and doing a good job that I was like, sure, this is what it takes, I guess for people to get hired, but they were going to get me, they were going to have me do Thor too, so I don't think that's necessarily true. But I was definitely aware, okay, this is related to it being a woman, and it's an exceptional thing. There were a number of projects, tentpoles, that I had been courted by and had conversations with that were pretty serious over the years, Thor being one of them, where I did know that if I felt uncertain that I was the right director to make it great, then it was going to be a big deal, because I didn't know what would happen for them, but I knew that if I couldn't say, I'm going to make this a great film for you with what I have to work with, then it was going to look like women can't do these things, and that was going to be a major blow. And so I was extremely aware, like, okay, you can hire any man to do this movie, whether it's good or not is not going to be it's going to be a big deal to you and your financing and whatever, but it's not going to stand for this much bigger thing. For me, if I do it and it's getting so much attention for being the first woman and it's not stellar, it's going to be a big blow. And so yeah, I was definitely aware. The amazing thing about William Marston making this character was that he was a true believer. I mean, he was a true believer in women's equality and in celebrating the things about women that were different that shouldn't be changed. And it's one of the reasons that I feel like I care about defending Wonder Woman on those terms. Like, no, Wonder Woman shouldn't be like a man. No, she shouldn't become tougher and harder. No, she shouldn't become butcher and less feminine. She should be what she was, what was revolutionary at the time, and amazingly is still revolutionary today, which is she should be an absolute success in her most feminine self, and even a feminine self that cares about, being a beautiful and attractive character. Nobody has to be that, but that's the same as the male superheroes. It's like they're wish fulfillment. They're successful in every way. So Marston, really had a long track record and a long, relationship with many people and women who really demonstrated different kinds of strength and power. It was very open-minded and really created that character to stand for all of the best things he'd observed in women. I don't know that it mattered that it was a female executive involved with my getting the job. I think that Deb Snyder definitely played a very big role in feeling very passionate about making a concerted effort to hire or to be open to hiring a woman as long as they could find the right candidate. I think Diane Nelson at DC Comics is certainly, present and in being an amazing supporter of the right kind of person getting jobs, including women, where other people might not think of it otherwise. But I think where it matters the most is that it needs to not be, an exception. It's funny, I just saw a quote, I think it's Franklin Leonard who said it, who started the Blacklist, that I saw on Twitter last night that said conventional wisdom is not wisdom. And I think it's that. I think it's like the status quo and the way things have been. It's just, it shouldn't be that it takes this one person to make this change. We need a world made up of all of the diverse people who are in this world in order to be fostering all kinds of people working and stories being told. And so it definitely makes a difference.